Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything.
LeBron James admits the Warriors were the better team in 2016, but says one thing cost them everything. LeBron James isn't one to dance around tough topics, and when it comes to the 2016 NBA Finals, he's refreshingly honest. That unforgettable series remains one of the most dramatic and emotional moments in NBA history. The Golden State Warriors entered the finals as the reigning champions, fresh off a record-shattering 73-9 season. For the first 4 games, they looked unstoppable, like the same dominant force they'd been all year. By the end of Game 4, they were up 3-1 and seemingly cruising toward another title. But what followed was a collapse few could have imagined, and a comeback for the ages. The Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron, stormed back and won 3 straight games, capturing the championship in stunning fashion. And even LeBron himself admits he was surprised it happened, because in his eyes, Golden State was the better team. LeBron, they were better, but Game 5 changed everything. Speaking on the latest episode of his Mind the Game podcast, LeBron opened up about those finals with rare vulnerability. He gave full credit to the Warriors, calling them the superior team, but pointed to one key moment that shifted the entire series. After what happened in Game 5, my guys started to truly believe what I had been saying all along, that we could come back, LeBron said. I told them, get me to Game 6, and we'll be back here for Game 7. He went on to describe a moment in the locker room that now feels like destiny. There's a clip of me saying, they're in trouble. I felt it. They were the better team, no doubt, but once we turned the tide, there was nothing they could do to stop it. The Warriors' collapse was more mental than physical. For Golden State, the path to a second straight title was clear: hold the line, stay composed, and stop Cleveland from gaining confidence. But as LeBron hinted, the battle wasn't just on the court. It was in the mind. Once the Cavaliers found their rhythm, the Warriors never quite recovered. The pressure of expectations, the weight of history, and the emotional toll of the series seemed to catch up to them. Sometimes it's not about talent or stats. It's about belief. And once we had that, we were dangerous, LeBron said. A lesson that changed Golden State's DNA. That historic loss wasn't just painful for the Warriors, it was transformational. The collapse in 2016 taught them a lesson in mental toughness that would reshape their identity. Since that defeat, the Warriors have been unbeatable in every Game 7 they've played, 7 straight wins, including a recent one against the Houston Rockets to punch their ticket to the second round. They learned that championships aren't won by talent alone. You need composure, resilience, and the ability to withstand pressure when everything's on the line. And ironically, it was LeBron's Cavaliers who taught them that. The fallout of 2016 echoed through the league. The aftermath of the 2016 NBA Finals didn't just change the Warriors, it altered the trajectory of the entire league. Golden State's collapse was a rare glimpse into how even the greatest teams can fall when momentum shifts and belief is lost. For LeBron James, that victory cemented his legacy, not just as a dominant player, but as a leader who could will his team to victory under impossible circumstances. But for the Warriors, the sting of blowing a 3-1 lead never fully faded. It became a narrative they couldn't escape, until they rewrote it themselves. Just weeks after the crushing loss, the Warriors made one of the most controversial and impactful moves in NBA history. They signed Kevin Durant. The league was stunned. The team that had just won 73 games and lost the finals by a razor's edge had added one of the best players on the planet. It was a direct response to the heartbreak of 2016. That loss broke something in them, one NBA insider later said. It made them obsessed with making sure it never happened again. Durant's arrival transformed the Warriors into an almost mythical force. They went on to win back-to-back championships in 2017 and 2018, defeating LeBron and the Cavaliers both times, this time with authority. In many ways, 2016 was the catalyst for a new era of dominance. LeBron's legacy and the power of belief. For LeBron, that 2016 championship remains one of the proudest moments of his career. It wasn't just about the title, it was about the how. Coming back from a 3-1 deficit against a 73-win juggernaut, and doing it for Cleveland, his home, was the storybook ending fans never thought they'd see. "That wasn't just a championship," LeBron said in a past interview. "That was belief. That was heart. That was history." The series also brought unforgettable moments. LeBron's iconic chase-down block on Andre Iguodala in Game 7. Kyrie Irving's clutch three-pointer over Steph Curry. Kevin Love's improbable defensive stop. Every frame is burned into the memory of NBA fans. Warriors today, wiser, tougher, still contenders. Fast forward to today, and the echoes of that series are still felt. The Warriors are no longer the youthful, freewheeling squad they once were. They're battle-tested, hardened by triumph and failure alike. This season alone, they proved their resilience again by pulling off a clutch Game 7 win over the Houston Rockets, showcasing the very mental toughness they lacked back in 2016. Steph Curry, now a seasoned veteran, continues to lead with a calm intensity, while younger players like Brandon Podziemski and Jonathan Kuminga are learning what it means to carry that legacy forward. "We don't forget 2016, Draymond Green said in a recent press conference. "It changed who we are, and honestly, it made us better." What 2016 taught us all. The 2016 NBA Finals wasn't just about basketball. It was a masterclass in human emotion, momentum, belief, redemption, heartbreak, and legacy. For the Warriors, it was a turning point. For LeBron, it was the crowning moment of his career. And for fans, it was a reminder that in sports, as in life, no lead is safe, and no dream is too far-fetched if you believe deeply enough. Warriors fans react to Brandon Podziemski's surgery with a familiar sentiment about the playoff struggles. Golden State Warriors fans had a lot to say after the team announced that promising young guard Brandon Podziemski underwent surgery. The announcement, made through the team's official channels, confirmed that Podziemski had a successful procedure on his left wrist in Los Angeles. The good news? His recovery is expected to be full, and he's on track to be ready for training camp. Brandon Podziemski underwent a successful debridement procedure on his left wrist yesterday in Los Angeles, the team said in a statement. He is expected to make a full recovery and be ready for the start of training camp. This surgery comes as Podziemski prepares to enter his third season with the Warriors, a team hoping to see more consistency from the rising guard. After a slow start, Podziemski showed real flashes of growth, especially after the trade deadline when Jimmy Butler joined the roster. But the postseason was rough. Podziemski struggled, with head coach Steve Kerr even admitting that the young guard had lost confidence in his shooting. It's unclear how much of that was due to the wrist injury, but it certainly couldn't have helped. When the news broke, Warriors fans didn't hold back, not just about Podziemski, but about the team's brutal playoff run as a whole. "The whole team got hurt," one fan posted. "Man, the entire roster was banged up," added another. "They were all out there fighting for their lives," someone else wrote on X, formerly Twitter. The shared sentiment among fans was clear. The Warriors fought hard, injuries and all. And they never made excuses. "It's wild how every single player was dealing with something, and they just kept pushing," said one user. "People don't realize how many players are out there playing through pain every night," another added. "We're healing up for one last dance," wrote one hopeful fan. Of course, Warriors Twitter wouldn't be complete without some trade speculation. One fan even joked that Podziemski might be heading to Milwaukee as part of a trade package for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He'll be ready for training camp in Milwaukee. Steve Kerr still believes in Podziemski. While there's growing speculation that Jonathan Kuminga could be on the move this offseason, Steve Kerr and the Warriors remain optimistic about Podziemski's future. In his second year, the guard averaged 11.5 points per game across 66 appearances, showing plenty of potential, even as his 42.8% shooting leaves room for improvement. After the playoff elimination to Minnesota, Kerr shared some heartfelt words for Podziemski. "I told him after the game, when we come back here next year, you're not going to pass up a single shot," Kerr said. "That's part of the playoffs. I've been there as a player. It's a mental battle. It's easy to lose confidence, but that's how you grow." With a clean bill of health and the support of the organization behind him, Podziemski's comeback story could be one of the most compelling Warriors narratives to watch next season. As news of Podziemski's surgery continued to circulate, the Warriors community began to reflect not only on the young guard's journey, but also on the team's overall resilience in what was one of the most grueling and injury-riddled playoff campaigns in recent memory. From Steph Curry to Jimmy Butler, Nearly every key player on the roster faced physical setbacks during the postseason. Curry's nagging knee issue, Butler's ankle problems, Draymond Green's back spasms. It was a cascade of unfortunate events that left the Warriors fighting an uphill battle every night. Podziemski's wrist surgery, though perhaps minor compared to others, became symbolic of a larger truth. This team gave everything it had. It wasn't just Brandon. It was Steph, Jimmy, Dre. Even Looney was limping at one point, a fan wrote in a viral post. We watched our guys put it all on the line. That's heart. Despite the injuries, the Warriors pushed through the first round before falling to the Minnesota Timberwolves in a tightly contested series. Many analysts believed that a healthy Warriors squad could have gone deeper, maybe even challenged for the title. Now, with the offseason underway, questions are swirling about what's next. Will the core stay together? With trade rumors intensifying around Jonathan Kuminga and even Andrew Wiggins, it's clear the front office is weighing changes. But Podziemski, despite his struggles, seems to have solidified his spot in the team's future, especially given Steve Kerr's vote of confidence and his potential for growth. Team insiders report that Golden State sees Podziemski as a key two-way contributor moving forward, someone who could evolve into a reliable rotation player or even a full-time starter if he continues to develop his outside shot and defensive awareness. He's got the IQ, the work ethic, and now he's got playoff experience under his belt, one team source said. If he comes back stronger and more confident, the sky's the limit. What this means for the off-season. Podziemski's expected full recovery means he'll be available for Summer League or, at the very least, for training camp, a key period where the coaching staff will look to build early chemistry, particularly if roster changes shake things up. Fans, meanwhile, are watching closely. Some have already started campaigning on social media for the Warriors to run it back with the current core. Others believe this offseason could be the last chance to build a contender around Curry. We've got one more shot with this group. One more run. And we need everyone healthy and locked in, a fan posted on Reddit. And as for Podziemski, the message from fans has been overwhelmingly supportive. From encouragements like "Get well soon, Brandon," "We believe in you," to playful memes of him returning as a playoff assassin, the fan base is rallying behind their young guard.